Hey, everybody. It is Leah Ray from digitaltrailblazer.com. And I'm excited because this is a really important conversation to have. Your year may have started off really good, some really good intentions, wanting to make more money, wanting to just build your YouTube channel, wanting to whatever for your online business, right? You had good goals, good things you were setting out to do. And then, like, shock, this was the craziest year ever with thing after chaos, after craziness hitting us left and right. And most people and even most businesses have been hit hard by this, whether it was a direct bottom line thing, whether it was for those who are just getting started, having the tenacity to keep going and understanding how to adjust and work around the current environment. It's been a rough year for business in general. However, you can still create massive success. It is only June. And so today we're going to give 5 steps, perhaps some more, but definitely 5 steps that you should implement today to help you still end the year great. You got 2 quarters left. So let's focus on those goals. Let's let's course correct for the first 6 months, which were insane, and create something that's going to get you closer to making more money, to building your email list, to building your influence, building your organic reach, but more importantly, just reaching whatever that long-term goal is for you, time freedom with your family, whatever that is for you. We want to help you do that. So we're going to dive in and we're going to get started. And I want this to be a conversation more than just like a lecture thing today. So as we talk, as we discuss, please chime in, let me know you're here, and give me your feedback and your insights on your personal experience and how all of this has affected you and what you've learned about yourself in the process. Hey, Erica, welcome. So one thing that you may not realize if you're just getting started, but your mindset as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, that is the biggest asset that you have in your business. It is either the biggest asset or the biggest liability. You cannot become successful with the wrong mindset. Guarantee it's not going to happen. So many people get stuck in this let it happen to me mode, that they're crabby or they're down or they're depressed or they're anxious or they're whatever. And they just say that's what it is. That's not just what it is. It's what you're allowing it to be. You actually have control. You have complete control over this. And so what we're going to really dig into today is how to control this. How do you control this mindset that's going to allow you to become successful? Because if you don't fix this, you're screwed. Let's be honest, guys. If you don't fix your mindset, if you don't adjust what you're doing and you stop letting the world and your circumstances determine how you feel, you're not going to create success, period. Hey, Robert, welcome. So have you ever heard of the saying, you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with? Let me know if you've heard that saying. I know I've heard it a bunch of times. Well, it's honestly very true, but it's a lot more than that. It's not just the people that you spend your time with. It's all of the influences that you're allowing into your life. All of them. So that's not just people, but that's social media, that's TV, news, radio, podcasts. It's all of it. It's all of the input that you're allowing into your brain, into your space. So step number 1 to helping you reach your goals, to correct and to make more money, to build a bigger channel, to whatever you're trying to do this year. Step number 1 is to remove any negative influences that are affecting you. Remove them. This is key. It is whether that's limiting interactions with people in your life, or it's stop watching the news, or it's unplugging from, maybe you really like some talk show, radio people, but they're feeding you negativity. They're feeding you with bad, and you're getting left with not a good feeling coming out of it, with anxiety, with worry, with kind of a doomsday feeling. That is going to harm you. So remove those negative influences. Whatever, and hopefully I'm not frozen for you guys because it seems that I'm frozen from myself. Let me know if you can hear me and see me because something weird just happened. Oh, I'm back. Okay, good. Hi. Okay. So, yes, influence. So, remove those influences that are distracting you from your goal, that are causing worry, causing anxiety, causing just a negative feeling. You need to be really honest with yourself to do this. You need to really get in touch with your feelings and your emotions and understand, after I do this activity or I'm with these people, how do I feel? Do they lift me up? Does it lift me up or does it harm me? And you got to get real about that. And it's kind of hard to get in touch with it sometimes for some people, but it's really important. So for myself, I actually realized, was it last week or the week before? So I'm actually from northern Minnesota originally, even though I'm in Florida now. And the protests and then the subsequent riots and looting and things that were happening in Minnesota were actually starting to hit really close to home. I come from a pretty not big town, and it was actually starting there. And I got sucked into the Facebook scroll from everyone back home, what's happening, and everything. And it left me super anxious. I lost a night of sleep because of it. I couldn't sleep. My anxiety was too high. The chaos and the icky of the world was affecting me, my health, my well-being, my mental status. So what did I do that next day? You can't actually uninstall Facebook these days, but I deactivated it, or whatever you can do on your phone. So I couldn't access Facebook on my phone. Now, yes, we still have a business. I still have to do things on Facebook. So on my desktop during the day, I can manage my group and do the different things that I need to do from a business perspective for Facebook. But I'm not allowing myself to get sucked into that scroll because I noticed how it made me feel. So that might be Facebook, that might be Instagram, there's so many, it might be the news. You may need to cut yourself off from the news. It's kind of addictive. But yes, turn off notifications on your phone. I actually had to do that. I had to turn off the notifications from my local news app on my phone because it was like, another case, so many more cases of the virus, so many, bad things. It was giving me all these notifications throughout my day. And I was like, this is really depressing. Like, I can't focus on reaching my goals, on doing the things that I need to do with all this going on. So either take the apps off your phone, stop the notifications. When it's time to work, when it's time to focus, or when it's time to be with your family, disable the internet on your phone. Yes, you can do that. You can actually use a phone just as a phone. Believe it or not, text messaging and phone calls. You can do that, and you can choose to protect yourself from all of that coming at you all day long, because it can really put you in a bad place, and it can hold you back from reaching your goals and doing what you want to do. Now, tell me, I'd love to hear from you if you've experienced this, if you've noticed from yourself, if you've, after social media or after the news or whatever, that you notice this within yourself, right? Whether that's the jobs report or something about the economy or things coming out. Are you going to join us? Todd's here. Yay! Say hi to Todd, guys. I'll slide over. But let me know if you've experienced this, because I've seen it with myself. I've seen it with people that we've coached and that we've worked with. And it's a crazy world today. I mean, let's be honest, it's insane. So you can't, unless you're living under a rock, that there's a lot of stuff going on, and it can really affect you drastically. Even just the local businesses shutting down and things happening. There's a lot of negative out there. And if you let it all into you every day, all day long, it's really hard to do anything of worth. It's really hard to be focused and accomplish anything when anxiety, depression, these things are coming at you all the time. Hey, Erica. So step number 2 is not just removing the negative influences from your sphere, from your life, but replacing them with something that's uplifting. Uplifting. I'm saying that right. I tongue-tied a little bit there. So replace the negative influences with positive, uplifting influences. I know for myself, audiobooks, like when I'm actually going through
Think and Grow Rich.
Yep, Think and Grow Rich again on my phone on Audible. I'm podcasts. What are the uplifting podcasts that you can listen to that get you revved up, get you excited and optimistic about the future, what you're creating, what you're doing? Masterminds. I love this. Getting together with other entrepreneurs just on a Zoom call. I mean, in the real world, you might be able to do it over coffee if you're in a big city and things are being lifted and you can get together physically. But for most people right now, that might not be an option. But getting together with people who can help lift you up. Not all of the negative people, maybe family or friends that are like, don't support you and what you're doing, but people who are also driven, who can help support you and help you become more of the person that you need to be to reach those goals that you have in your life, which is important. Erica says, your reaction is a choice. Negative is a judgment on what is. Be interested, but don't engage. Yep. I'm doing TAGR right now. Positive influences. Yep. Absolutely. You got to protect, and don't just remove the negative, but insert plenty of positive. I don't know. What is your favorite uplifting thing? On the spot.
Yeah, I don't know. Just sports, activity. Basketball, judo.
Yep. And we're going to get to that. So hold on. Step number 3, prayer and meditation. Now, if you're a spiritual person, if you, prayer is awesome. But even just meditation and quiet time, like quieting your brain, quieting your body, focusing on your breathing, and just paying attention, kind of digesting. And I know even for myself, journaling, like at the end of the day, if I can have some quiet time, and I do prayer and meditation, but then even at the end of the day, I add journaling where I can kind of digest my thoughts and my feelings and what's going on in my life and what goals am I working towards? Where are my shortcomings? Where am I working to improve? And kind of unpack some of that stuff from the day. I find that really helpful. Really helpful. Yeah. TikTok is actually, I find that very positive too. I've gotten into that for, there's a lot of really positive, fun, engaging stuff on there that can help lift your spirits. So I totally agree with that, Erica. I don't watch any of the negative videos. I skip right past them. And so the algorithm knows to only feed me positive, funny stuff. And I find it very uplifting. So I completely agree with that. But allowing yourself to digest your thoughts, digest your emotions, where you are and where you want to be is so important. And I've actually started working with someone recently talking about, reprogramming your subconscious and everything that you have going on. And, the more you can envision, quiet yourself down, take some deep breaths, and picture everything that you want, whether that's in life, whether that's in business, but with gratitude, with love, and see what that is. Your subconscious is pretty magical, and it figures out how to make that stuff happen. So you're training it, right? You're training your subconscious to bring you what you want, because that's honestly in the driver's seat most of the time. So take some time to slow down, listen, better understand yourself, and then envision, create that vision of what you're working towards. Hold it in your mind so that it can keep you going, keep you motivated, and you can start to reprogram yourself so that you become the person who can create that. Because that's one thing that I've noticed with our business and from the beginning is that we've created a really cool business. We've had a lot of success, but if I tried to hand you a 6 or 7-figure business, if you aren't yet the person who can create a 6 or 7-figure business, it's not going to last. It's going to tumble. It's going to crumble beneath your feet because you are not yet that person. You have to become that person who creates that. And I think, especially at the beginning, that's hard to understand. And it's a hard pill to swallow because you just want it given to you.
Yeah. Well, and if you think about like lottery winners, a lot of them go broke because they don't know how to manage their money.
Yep. Exactly. So you have to work to become that person. Part of that is creating that vision and holding it tight. And then finally, step number 4, guys, is activity. You have to be active. You need to get outside every day. And I'll be honest, it's hard sometimes to get outside. Like we have a lanai and I go out there, but that's not direct sunlight. And that's like halfway outside. But actually getting out in the sunlight, getting your feet on the ground every day is super helpful for you. All of your hormones and the levels and everything going on in your brain. But getting outside and getting some level of activity. You don't have to become like a triathlete or something, but you need to do something. You need to get some level of activity, get your body moving. It's going to, it just you avoiding the discussion of all the health benefits for your physical body. It's going to help your mental status. And when you can not just get activity daily, but get that activity outside, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I mean, sports. I mean, so judo, right? You found that very helpful. Yeah. So our family, I don't do it right now, but into judo. Okay. So that's really helpful. I have a friend, an entrepreneur friend who basketball, he has to go and he has to play basketball every day. Like that is that's for his mental health. He knows that about himself, and that keeps him going, and it keeps him positive and energetic and able to sit through a full day of, 8 hours of work, because he knows at 3:00 or whatever it is, he goes and he plays basketball, and it gets him that energy and it gets that testosterone moving, and he's interacting with other men, and he's getting going, and that's important. And it's so easy when you're focused and you're focused on a goal and you're focused on your family and you're focused on all these other things to let that slide. So you have to put this on like your must-do list. Not if I have time, I'm going to be active, but I have to do this every day. Because if you don't, I think it's the first thing that slides. It really is. So I'd love to hear from you guys. What have you found for yourself that's helpful? What is helping you protect that mindset and correct, all of those negative forces that are coming at us today? Writing down the vision. Absolutely. Journaling is powerful. There's something putting, pen to paper and translating that vision that you've created in your mind onto that piece of paper is very powerful for your mindset, for your subconscious, for all of that stuff. It will help you become the person who can take that action, who can create that sort of business. So with that, guys, let's wrap this up. Happy Friday. We do have another great one for you to watch. Top link in the description. Watch that one next. We'll put an end screen wherever this is going to be after. So if you're watching the replay, you can catch that there. Leah Ray, Todd, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.